Hello everyone, my name is Beansprout, and today we've got a pretty exciting video to make. So, we're going to be talking about what I deem as Doom Eternal's objectively worst enemy in the entire enemy lineup. Yes, I'm talking about the demonic troopers. Okay, so these guys have been a massive joke since DLC 2 came out for Doom Eternal, and they are honestly, like I said, the worst enemies in the entire game. They have barely any health. They do pretty much nothing. They fire at you sometimes and do like no damage pretty much, and they kind of walk around. And we're going to be talking about ways that these enemies could be improved by id Software. But before we get into the actual video, I've got a very special announcement for you here today. So, have you ever wanted anything like this on a shirt or a hoodie? Well, you're in luck, because I've just opened up a merch store where you can see my oversized head on a range of items from cups, hoodies, shirts and hoodies with small logos, and also motorbike masks, and also phone cases. They're really cool. Thanks to Edon for drawing the helmet in the middle, and if you like what you see here, then maybe consider picking up some of my ultra-violent merch. See what I did there? But besides that announcement, let's get back into the actual video. So we have a few things here that could possibly help improve these enemies and make them a lot better, and we're going to go over them. We've got 4 things here, technically 5 if you split the last one up into 2, but hopefully these will be helpful to the developers, assuming that they will see this video. So our first point, give them more health. I know that they already got a buff with the last update, giving them more health, but at the same time I think that they should be given a little tiny bit more health, just to make them a bit tougher instead of being able to be killed extremely fast. Maybe make them that kind of like halfway between fodder and heavy kind of thing, like the Prowler is. Personally, I think that would be really awesome to see enemies like that more. I think it would add a better dynamic to the game, and especially in master levels would give these guys a lot more use to the developers and making them an actual threat. Because I really want these enemies to be something that can kill the player, instead of just being like free ammo when you damage them a tiny bit. And speaking of damage, here's our next one. And now for this we have 2 options. You could either give them a faster firing rate, which they don't fire that fast, let's be honest. And if you maybe make that a bit faster, make them fire a lot faster, maybe about on par with the Arachnotron, that could help with doing a bit of extra damage. Or, instead of that, we could just make them do more damage instead of upping the fire rate. Or you could do both, make them even more of a threat to the player. I think that would be very interesting to see, and I'd love to see what they do with that. Next one. This is something that I actually would love to see, even if they don't use some of the buffs in this. I want to see them in bigger groups. I want to see in Tag 2 Master Levels, which I'm going to assume they will get made eventually. I want to see in some areas, or not even just small areas, in the arenas as well with other enemies, giant groups of these guys, like big, huge groups of them, and have them all be firing at you, because that would make them pretty tough. And you can do the classic, go and set them on fire and drop a grenade in there, maybe freeze them as well. I think that'll be really cool, and an absolute ton of these guys, and make them seem more of the army that they are, because think about it, these guys are part of an army. If we see more of them, especially in Amora, if we see an absolute ton of them, I think that would be really, really cool. There's a bunch of possibilities you can do with the placement of these enemies, and I'd love to see what they do. Next one is a given, and I actually do want to see these implemented no matter what, which is glory kill and chainsaw animations for these enemies. Now, as we all know, these enemies don't have these animations in the slightest. There's no glory kill, no chainsaw animation. But what if they added glory kill and chainsaw animations? Similar to maybe the Hellraisers and the Zombie Soldiers from Doom 2016 kind of glory kills. Maybe with the chainsaw kill, it tries to block the chainsaw using its gun, and then Slayer saws through the gun. I think that'll be really cool. And once again, there's a bunch of possibilities with this enemy and what you can do with it, so I'd love to see what they do with that. But other than that, that's it for this video. So if you did enjoy, then give it a like, and if you really enjoyed, then consider subscribing. I make Doom Eternal content as much as I can. And if you like it even more, then consider buying a shirt, or a hoodie, or a piece of merchandise from the new store. I also have a Twitter and a Discord, so go follow and join those. But other than that, thank you for watching, and have a nice day.